When it comes to disproportionate use of force, there's no greater guilty party than the United States of America, who today are the only global nation to have used force so extreme. The cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki have gone down in history as the only time a nuclear weapon has been used in conflict. A report in The Drive reveals the shocking news that the US had drawn up plans and were actually considering the notion of using nuclear weapons against North Korea, suggesting that the Kim Jong-un military had around 24 nuclear weapons that would have been needed to have been eliminated, which of course, in the process, would have killed millions of people. The details revealed that the Strategic Command in Omaha had studied the plan, and it was in fact the then Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, that had realized that no man in the world had the right to kill so many people through the use of such force. Trump, in what was clearly a loaded and calculated slip of the tongue, revealed to an American journalist that the US were in fact in possession of various weapons programs, some of which were to be kept secret. In Bob Woodward's Rage, Trump explained that he had produced weapon systems previously unseen by any military, almost talking in glee like a proud child hiding a secret. Yet, is the president simply bluffing his way through yet another faux pas when it comes to military might? Or even if true, is Trump trying to take credit for years, if not decades of military research and development? But it's the use of unprecedented force that's truly a worrying factor. Could Trump honestly be the next holder of a nuclear code to give the green light for a nuclear attack? How devastating would the cost be to life, the environment, and the global world order? And why on earth would Trump threaten to use 80 nuclear weapons when even one should not cross the mind of any rational world leader?
First of all, the United States nuclear policy is that we have refused to sign a treaty saying no first use. And this has been a long-standing issue for many, many years. As to why the United States would consider using nuclear weapons against a country that cannot reach the United States, where we have 26,000 troops or 30,000 troops within 5 miles of the border, that's a whole nother issue. And I just don't think that it makes any sense. And of course, it's very, very dangerous, because the situation really is this: North Korea cannot survive without China, for sure. And an attack, and they've made it clear, the Chinese have made it clear, that while there may be disagreements with North Korea, they are not up for the annihilation of North Korea by the United States.
Donald Trump's meeting with Kim Jong-un saw small steps taken towards an accord between the US and North Korea. From the momentous handshake when the leaders met to the symbolic gesture of crossing into North Korea, the world was witnessing public diplomacy at its best. However, it seems that Trump is unable to maintain the flow that came with the media circus following his relationship with Kim Jong-un, with the ties soon turning sour when Kim noticed that the US were asking way too much of Pyongyang and offering them very little in return. A similar notion has been seen in the ties between the US and China, with initial talks between Trump and President Xi Jinping looking promising, but moments later, a clash of words, some quite frankly stereotypical racist behaviour by Trump surrounding the COVID-19 virus, as well as a trade war and potential clashes in the South China Sea, has also seen the US brand of diplomacy come crashing to its knees. China, however, has made it very clear that they would not stand by and watch the US bully its way into its affairs in the East Asian region, releasing an open and frank statement about the US presence in the South China Sea, warning them that should it be necessary, the Chinese military could easily escalate its presence in the area, hence deterring the US from maintaining too close a proximity.
Also, our training here is to be able to project combat lethality, and that's another one of our mission sets. Is our core mission set. That from these decks, that we are a credible force that can be called upon worldwide. Right now, there's multiple aircraft carriers deployed globally, and this is just one of them. And the mission of this one is to be lethal and ready when the bell rings and the call comes to do so.
With the US already taking undiplomatic steps with Taiwan, the Chinese People's Liberation Army have taken steps to send a visible and physical message to the United States in performing drills across all 4 directions of the island, gently reminding the US that with such a formidable military power at their service, China's a whole new kettle of fish when it comes to adhering to any threat made by Washington or elsewhere.